It has been a period of intense self discovery for someone in the collective. You may be faced with the challenge of letting go certain vices and maybe even letting go certain people connected to those vices. The willpower of your determination at this time is actually turning the wheel of your fate back into your favor. The mother in this message wants you to know how proud of you she is and how commendable it is what you have done and what you're doing. So, without further delay, we're going to get into the reading. Welcome in, collective. See you on the other side. What's good, collective? How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. I am doing great. Feels good to be back with you guys again. Thank you for tapping in with me. We're going to get into this beautiful energy that has shown up here. Um, Someone's going through a beautiful period. Maybe they may be trying. It may be still challenging, but it's still a beautiful awakening that is leading someone to an ascension. Okay, it's leading you to an ascension. So what I'm seeing here is we have the Knight of Pentacles showing up in the first position. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles. This is giving me that someone in the collective, you are you're in this period of self-discovery. Okay, you're digging deep. You're digging really deep to discover inner strength, the inner strength, maybe the inner strength to deal with a situation, the inner strength to come out of a situation, the inner strength to allow yourself to process through this awakening period. Okay, you're stronger than you realize, and I feel like somebody is discovering that. You're discovering this newfound sense of courage. You could be a Leo, you don't have to be. All right, but it's this Leo energy, it's this lioness energy. Okay, this fierceness, this fearlessness to face something. Okay, something within. All right, so you're digging deep. The card says, though the times may be tough, right? Remember that you have the courage and resilience to get through it. You have the courage and resilience to get through it. Your inner strength will help you overcome all obstacles. So you could be facing some things right now. Some things could be presenting themselves to you. But someone is allowing the things that are challenging you at this period, at this time, to to push you inward. Okay, and I don't know what this is you may be facing, but it is pushing you inward, and it's pulling up this beautiful courage, maybe a strength that you didn't know you had, maybe a strength that you haven't been in contact with or in connection with for some time. It could definitely be in connection to your inner child. All right, so there's a reconnection that is taking place. The spirit of your inner child. It's like this courage, the strength that you are tapping into right now is actually purifying, cleansing, something in connection to your inner child. So this could be inner child work that you're doing. You could be looking at certain trauma, certain things you went through as a child, or just in the past in general. But there is this new innocence, okay? This new purity that you are stepping into. Okay, as you are rekindling, your inner child is being reconnected to your soul. All right, your inner child, the spirit is being reconnected to the soul. Your soul is longing to reconnect with something or someone. Okay, so your soul right now is pushing you in, giving you the courage, asking you to be courageous, to go in and look at what's there in the inner child that needs to be restored, reclaimed, revived, renewed, right? Like, we all go through a lot of things in life, especially when it comes to inner child work. That tends to run deep because when we're children, we possess a certain resilience that is helpful for us when we are children. But like when we get older, that same resilience, it can be the place where we're holding on to the trauma because we were really too young, maybe underdeveloped intellectually, maybe underdeveloped emotionally to be able to articulate, to be able to navigate our feelings. So the resilience that you possess as an inner child, usually is when you revisit it, it's the place where the inner child is also needing healing. Okay, needing healing. So there's a reconnection that's taking place because you are showing up very courageously and tapping into this new strength to really dig deep and to look at some things here. And it is causing an awakening. Your eyes are being open to certain things. Okay. Your eyes are being open to certain things that maybe you believed about yourself, things that you adhered to, certain belief systems. This could be self perceptions. This could be you looking at your space in the world around you. Okay. But your eye is being awakened to the judgment. Okay, now this could have to do with you feeling judged. This could have to do with you feeling abandoned. This is also you making a decision to be open to the process. Okay, and that's directly connected to the courage because it takes courage to be open to facing your shadows, to facing the drama, to facing the trauma, right? It takes courage to open your eyes to the amount of damage, that you can be carrying. Okay. So we have openness moment. This is a time of openness and new possibilities. Are you ready to embrace them? Stay open to new experiences and you might find unexpected opportunities. Your eye is being awakened, okay? You're starting to see something differently and you're open to seeing something from a different perspective, something in connection to you. All right. Now I have the Six of Swords that showed up. Okay. So it feels like this openness, this courage, this strength to look at things, this purification, this washing or cleansing of trauma, of disappointments, of failures, of misjudgments, abandonment, neglection, all of that sediment, right, that can sit at the bottom of the heart space, unnoticed, untouched, undiscovered. Okay, you're discovering it through this courage that you are tapping into. All right, now there's a lot of emotions concerning this process that you're in right now. You are seeing the infinite possibilities, the limitless possibilities as it relates to the version of you that is being created by way of the healing process that you are in. And that is allowing you to get into like these calmer emotional waters. There's a connection between your emotional body and your consciousness. It's like you're bringing conscious awareness to your emotions, and it's opening you up to these infinite possibilities. You are at the threshold of infinite possibilities. The universe is opening up a new path for you. So it's like aligning you with a new path, a new direction, a new way of looking at something. With this sun energy, there's a lot of positive energy that is on the horizon. Okay. It's like I'm hearing a brighter day. Somebody may be in the energy of, after doing some deep healing work, you are moving into this brighter day energy. All right. And it has to do with your path. It has to do with your purpose. It has to do with past lifetime karma, all of this energy that you have been navigating through. And for a period, Spirit is saying that your emotions were very choppy, right? Your emotions is like white capped. You know what I mean? It's like you're trying to navigate through tumultuous waters. But now the waters are starting to calm. And as the waters are starting to calm and the light of day, like it's starting to really shine on you, you're starting to see the possibilities. The possibilities of what your future could look like, the possibilities of the decisions, the choices, the opportunities that you have at your disposal. The healed version of you is seeing you differently, and subsequently you're seeing life differently. This is bringing you into harmony All right. Divine masculine, divine feminine energy. Okay. This is bringing you into this balance. So you are partnering right now with yourself. Okay. Somebody's really taking a lot of time to bring themselves into this sacred union. You're partnering with yourself. You're partnering with your spirit team. You're partnering with source to actually bring balance to areas in your life. So you're moving into this balanced sacred union. Now, I'm seeing a karmic connection in your reality that is showing up, but now it is in the reverse. So this could be also in connection to karmic friends, karmic family members, a karmic romantic relationship. There's some confusion around a connection. Maybe you didn't see it as karmic before, and you could see it as karmic now. Now, this could also be something you are going to need to avoid. There could be a karmic connection that wants to present itself to you, and your spirit team and you want to avoid the confusion concerning a connection. Now, because you are going through this period of transformation, this period of awakening, you may be now seeing the confusion concerning a connection. Okay. It's also bringing you into this ascension, though. All right. It's also bringing you into this higher ground, an elevated sense of self-worth is what I'm hearing, self-value. All right. It's being renewed. Okay, so there's this period of renewal that you're stepping into. And this is going to be the outcome of the full process, all right, that you've been experiencing here. So this is beautiful energy. You could definitely be tapping into an energy of happiness. All right. Now you may be a young woman. What ages? I don't know. Young. Dealing or relationship with a younger woman. You could have been in a connection with a younger woman that you thought would make you happy. Okay. That you thought you would make you happy. Or maybe you're still thinking makes you happy. Because I don't know where you are right now in seeing the confusion concerning this karmic connection. And this karmic connection could be with this younger woman. But you could be young. You could be, early 20s, mid 30s, early 30s. All right. So you're going through a beautiful awakening and ascension. Okay. What was that? Something just always got to drop, don't it? Good news. Good news. So there is good news. This could be good news concerning this younger woman. This younger woman could be bringing in good news. You could be this younger woman with good news. You could be receiving, it says, encouragement, miracle, and surprise. Okay. Tell us more about this good news, Spirit. What's going on? Sneak, peek, and gluttony. Curiosity, glance, stalking, craving, exceed, greed. Now it landed on Soul Happy. This younger woman could also be the inner child of you. Okay? The inner child of you. Somebody is definitely tapping in. You could be looking at areas where you have overindulged. You could be looking at areas that is helping you to see why you have overindulged. Doesn't have to be food. It can be. Okay. But something maybe you were participating in to excess. All right. And this could be definitely connected to your inner child and inner child trauma. And you're starting to really kind of get a peek in at the inner workings that is creating or did create the greed, the overindulgence, possibly even an addiction here. Okay. Compromise, bribe. Could be definitely connected to finances. We have real estate here. Wealth, investment, mega project. So this could feel like a large task. Okay. Again, there is this energy of it's not been easy. right? And anybody who's ever gone through deep healing knows that it's not easy, and I don't really think it's supposed to be, or else it probably would be. Um, but the key, you're receiving the keys to the inner workings of you. You're receiving the keys to the inner workings of you. I keep seeing this inducement. We have daydream. Okay, and this landed on the strength card. Optimism, illusion, delirious. There's something that you desire or desired when it comes to like you and what you want out of your life, what you want out of your spiritual process, your spiritual development, your spiritual growth. There's something that you think about a lot. Now, you could definitely be very optimistic at this time in face of these challenges, in face of the shadow work, in face of having to dredge up some things that maybe you haven't looked at since you were 13, 14, 12, 10, 11, I don't know, young. You haven't looked at how that experience affected you. What about your adult life is being fed by that experience? Okay. So you may be giving a lot of thought, but there is a lot of optimism here as you look at where the illusion is, the illusion that you may need to let go of, right? Somebody's definitely digging deep, okay? Now you're discovering within what is binding you, what is holding you, what has been holding you. Whether this is showing up in your finances, whether it's showing up in love or your spiritual or energy, okay? It's like you may have felt constricted, you may have felt restricted. Something felt restrictive, and you've been digging deep into exploring where the restrictions are, where the bindings are. You could have definitely been spending a lot of time to yourself during this process, okay? Dealing with maybe abandonment issues. But this period that you've been spending alone is bringing you the reward that you are optimistic about. I feel like someone is very enthusiastic about healing, about letting go, and what your life could look like after you do, after you bring balance and harmony and sacred union to your masculine and feminine aspect. Yeah, there's a victory here. There's success. This is you winning. This is you winning over the trauma. This is you winning over the abandonment, the rejection. This is you winning over the energy of not being cared for or nurtured as an innocent, okay? As an innocent. So when we're young, we're very dependent on people, the people who we belong to, all right, to care for us in a way that allows us to grow independent, become very fearless and intelligent. Somebody is showing up in this strength here. And other people could be looking at you and say you are acting a bit mysterious because you are taking time alone. But it's like you really want your peace. You really want your peace. You also trying to bring peace to something that you may, regret, certain guilt, certain shame here, okay? Remorse. You're bringing peace to your shadows. You're bringing peace of mind to yourself. Releasing guilt, releasing remorse, releasing regret. And it is allowing you to step into this divinity here. It is allowing you to reclaim this divinity here. Clarify the deity, spirit. Pride. Self-esteem, self-worth, and ego. So you're stepping back into your light. You're going to be very proud, or you're already very proud because you have a goal. You're hitting your target, okay? You're hitting your target of healing, all right? You're persevering and you're overcoming something that was very, very much a heavy load, and you've been carrying it for a while, all right? But you know that if you persevere, you will overcome this obstacle or every obstacle, any problems, if you just persevere. It's like somebody is very focused on hitting the goal. Now there could have been something definitely that showed up. Could be this karmic connection and the confusion around a karmic connection that showed up. Could also be maybe feeling displaced or maybe being displaced. There was a sign that something was failing. Could be a relationship. Could be just the way you felt about life in general. Friendship, team, connection, network. Introvert. Yeah, see, it's like, I don't know, you could be in a deep period of solitude, working intensely with your spirit team. Intensely with your spirit team. You could also be keeping away from friendships and family. But this could be your spirit team. Okay? Privacy, separate online community. You're tapping into, you're putting together the characters of that will make up your spirit team. You're getting to know who you have spiritually, right? Whether this is ancestors, whether this is deities, animal spirits, nature spirits, elementals, whatever you want to call them. Okay. You are really like looking for them to show you, because I'm looking at the two people on the introverted card, how intently, look at the light of the phone. It's like your spirit team is revealing something. Now, I am not picking up that those two people in that bed are two separate individuals. I feel like your spirit team is showing you something that is allowing you to see your masculine aspect in a different way and your feminine aspect in a different way. And that is allowing them to kind of bed each other, right? That is allowing them to be in harmony or in close quarters. That is the sacred union and the divine partnership. Tell us more, Spirit. Something definitely was a nightmare. It's like you're coming out of a nightmare. You're coming out of a nightmare season. Definitely committed. Somebody is so committed. This landed right on top of the strength card. You are so committed to this process to break through whatever is trying to bind you and or hold you back. Okay, whatever is trying to obstruct you, whatever is trying to get in your way, you are committed to pressing through it, to facing it courageously. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bindings. Tell me more about these bindings. Bindings. You could be establishing boundaries right now. Okay, definitely could be establishing boundaries. I'm picking up family tree energy here with this. Okay, so people from your family. You also growing deep roots. All right, you're growing very deep roots. So it's like you may be looking at what is trying to hold back your soul's purpose, your destiny, what is lying in the root chakra. Strong root chakra energy. Somebody is definitely awakening at the soul level and ascending at the soul level. What is this binding energy that the collective is breaking through? What is it that they need to see? Landing again on the strength card. Whatever it is, you're victorious over it. That's what Spirit wants you to know. It don't matter what it is, because whatever it is, you have the victory over it. I like this energy. Yeah, you're no longer collaborating with something or someone. Okay, this could be a group of people in your lived reality. I don't know. But you're no longer collaborating. You're no longer seeing the strategy or the plan, like the plan that you were given when it comes to your life and what you could do or what you could become or how you could execute something. You're no longer seeing that that is the only way to do something. There's another way to skin this cat. Okay. And whatever way this is that your spirit team is showing you, enlightening you, whatever plan they're showing you, it's working for you. Now, it may not work for nobody else, but it's working for you. It is giving you a victory over certain outer world. I don't know if this is people working against you. We do have a karmic connection. We do have confusion. So there could be individuals outside of you that are trying to bring in confusion. Maybe because you walked away. Maybe because you are in deep solitude. Okay. Surrendering to the guidance of your spirit team to kind of be a little bit introverted, maybe stay home a little bit, maybe not, be so out and about and stuff, just kind of sit and let us show you something, but it's working for you. Okay. We have a 10 of Swords here. It's definitely bringing an end to past, possibly betrayals, again, disappointments, failures, and your thoughts concerning it, your thoughts concerning the daggers that have been placed in your back at some point in your life thus far. Why things are ending, what needs to end. I'm not really looking at this as like a betrayal in the sense of like someone betraying you. I'm looking at this as you are being shown. This could even be self-betrayal. But it's like, it's self-betrayal that is bred out of betrayal, okay? In connection to your inner child. So someone may have had a tumultuous upbringing, challenging upbringing. I mean, and some things you've been holding on to. Some things that you maybe once felt were unforgivable. The people who did it, unforgivable. And how holding on to maybe resentment, grudges is playing out in your reality. Separate and apart from them. They could be all the way in Timbuktu for at this point. You understand? But it's like you holding on to something. You're starting to see how that is really harming no one but you. And that's why I'm getting like a self-betrayal bred out of betrayal. I feel like you're overcoming the betrayal and subsequently overcoming the self-betrayal. All right? Yeah. We have the 3 of Swords here. Healing, okay? Healing, releasing, letting go. The Hermit is in reverse. Yeah. So there's an inner healing that's being accomplished. There's an inner healing that's being accomplished. There's also a new version of you that is being revealed or is going to be as you end this learning curve and end this healing process, this ascension. It's like everyone is going to be able to see that you are no longer the same. Now, I don't know who the betrayers were and whether they're still in your life, but there is a new version of you, a new healed version of you that is going to be evident. It's going to be undeniable. Okay. Because that is how you're showing up in the world now. You're going to. If not now, you will be. What else, Spirit? You just you're walking away from one perspective into another perspective. You have a new perspective of the world around you. You have a new perspective of your outer world. And that new perspective is because you have developed a new perspective of your inner world, your inner sanctuary, right? Like what is true about you and what is not. What is being fed by the pain, the disappointment, and you're learning how to now feed that inner child from the space of joy, abundance, prosperity, optimism, hope, right? Knowing, self-aware. You're feeding your inner child now from this different perspective of the world within. The world within. I feel like somebody in the collective is starting to see that the world within is the greater, the more important perspective, right? And getting a good handle on the world within allows you to step out into your physical world as he is holding that globe, right? What is this outfit here he got on? What is this here? Is that a safari outfit? Is he on a safari? I don't know. A journey, an adventure, strategy, and planning. What's next? And that's, to me, I feel like Spirit is saying that is where you are realizing that there are infinite possibilities as to what's next. There are infinite possibilities. As this light comes up within you, it comes up outside of you, and it's illuminating to the fact that you have so many possibilities. Like there's no limit to what it is you can do or you can become. It just is determined based on what it is your inner child, like your inner child, and the connection between your spirit and your soul. Mm-hmm. Tell us more. Six of Pentacles in reverse. In reverse. So it landed on the Strength card. And that is telling me that I'm speaking to someone who you don't really have anyone around you that can help you with this. You recognize that there is no one who can give you the key to you, who can give you the next phase of your healing, the next phase of your life, right? There's no one else to get outside of you that can give you the strength to do this work. You know you can't get it from anywhere else. And so it's like, and I feel like that is all the more reason why you are like so confidently pursuing it, because you know that there is no other way. There's no other way for me to get to the daydream. There's no other way for me to get to the ascended version of me. There's nobody else that I can receive this from. And you may not have anybody that is around to give it to you anyway. But it's working out in your favor though, because it's allowing you to forge like a deeper sense of spiritual individuation, which is leading you, which is really what deity. Let me get this card again. I don't know what I'm saying. Go through here and get this card again so we can look at it. This is what deity is about. It's about being okay and comfortable and knowing that it's not supposed to come from anybody else, right? The key to your divinity is always within you. Okay. And that's why Spirit is saying whatever method this is that your spirit team has given you within to navigate the choppy waters, to find your way into calmer waters, this is what works for you. It might not work for nobody else, but this is what works for you. So I want to know more about this karmic connection, because there's some confusion here, or people that you used to be in karmic connections with may be in some sort of confusion. And it's to be expected because you're changing. There's something new about you. There's something new about your energy, which is beautiful. Now, I don't know what they're going to do about the confusion. I guess it's neither here nor there as it relates to you. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely a tower moment. There's some shocking people around you are shocked at this new version of you that they're seeing. You're clearing your space. You're clearing your energy It's shocking somebody because they can see the change. This new version of you could have brought a tower moment to a karmic connection, like a karmic partner. Maybe you have separated. You have separated. You have separated because the karmic connection is in reverse. Someone may not understand why you are remaining separated from them. Yeah, you're pursuing your healing though. And you're moving in this new, and you're moving quickly too. You're moving quickly. Very balanced. This is like light and shadow integration here, which is allowing you to move towards your destiny a lot faster. Somebody's shocked. A King of Wands in reverse. The King of Wands in reverse. Tell me more about this King of Wands. A manipulator. A lover. Somebody you used to share with. Somebody who wants you to go back to sharing with them again. This person may have been very abusive. They could have abused your heart space. This could have definitely been someone that you were in a romantic connection with, or there's just someone that you love in general. This could be a friend group. Somebody maybe that you used to overindulge with. Okay. Spirit just showed me again that the gluttony card. This could be an individual that you used to indulge with. This could be a group of people that you used to overindulge with. Remember, we did see the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So there's a King of Wands here. Whoever these people are, they definitely want, to get back in connection with you. They definitely want to get back in relationship with you. They want to come in from the cold. So you may be giving the cold shoulder right now to someone. Yeah. Six of Swords in reverse. So this person is the polar opposite, or these people are in the polar opposite energy of you, because you're in the Six of Swords in the upright and they're in the Six of Swords in the reverse, which means they're still, I don't know, I'm picking up like, okay, I'm gonna say it like I heard it. They're still in like a drunken stupor. Now, I don't know if that's like by way of alcohol consumption or if that's like from a spiritual perspective, but there's confusion. This group of people, this King of Wands, they are still in choppy waters. They have not found their way to calmer waters, because that's a personal journey, and they are clearly wanting to kind of stay codependent on you, or be in a codependent connection of some sort. So without you present, then they're just in the choppy waters by themselves, basically. Okay. And so they want you to come back, or you to let them in. But for you to do that would put you back in the Six of Swords in the reverse. And so what I'm seeing is that someone has found the strength to say, I need to stay away. I absolutely need to stay looking within and spending time intuitively at why I am overindulging, why I've let a King of Wands be in my life, why I have let karmic friends have access to me. I know that they may not understand what I'm doing right now, and they may not understand that it's not personal, right? And I don't know if they're taking it personal, but they're definitely right where you left them. Okay, so you have made a decision to stay separated from someone or a group of someone's, okay? You could have been at one time seen as the leader of this group, all right? You know, you might have always been the one that wanted to go get the bottles and stuff and like, let's chill, let's go get a bottle. You know what I mean? Let's, what we doing? You could have been that one. And now they're kind of like disillusioned because you have completely changed, or you're in the process of changing. And that is causing a separation between you and these individuals. But somebody is determined to stand on that, to stand on that. We have the King of Swords in the reverse. So this King of Swords tells me, it kind of gives me that this King of Swords is a reverse King of Swords, King of Wands. Somebody very manipulative, somebody a liar, somebody who lacks integrity. Again, this may not be like the blame game, because I feel like you're done with that. You're done with the blame game. You're taking ownership of your life and seeing what it is you have done to put yourself in the position that you are in, that you don't want to be in. Okay. And because you are going about doing that, you are actually not only awakening, but ascending, which is a whole nother frequency of a whole nother situation. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. Definitely ascending. Definitely being renewed. I like it. I like it. You're not nurturing this situation anymore. And whoever these situations, these karmic connections, you're not nurturing that anymore. You're not nurturing your own karmic patterns. Karmic patterns. You're starting to see the patterns because you're willing to look for them, right? Like, you have to be willing and open and honest with yourself. Healing requires honesty. You know what I mean? It requires I mean, you're aware that someone did something to you at whatever point in life that they did it, right? Okay, but now, if I'm going to take back my power, if I'm going to call back my power, if I'm going to return back to the point before that happened, when I was innocent, when I was pure, when I was bright and bubbly and fearless and just enjoyed running around and having a good time and daydreaming and imaginating and creating, if I'm going to ever get back to that untainted version of me, then at some point, they'll have to deal with the fact that they are the ones that did it. And unfortunately, I have to be the one to clean up the aftermath because it's me. I have to take responsibility of me. I feel like someone in the collective is realizing, like, hanging out with a karmic, group of people, is not what you want to do, and it's not going to get you where you want to be. We have the Eight of Swords showing up again. Okay, so you definitely are doubling down on, I just gotta lock in. I just gotta lock in. If these individuals may be friends, maybe past lovers, family, if they don't want it, then they just don't want it, because it's not something that I can give them, and it's not something that I can receive from them. And so it's like you're taking these individuals off your plate as you're exploring what you need to see. We have the Magician. Yep. Five of Swords. Okay. Five of Swords. I feel like somebody is looking at the science, their inner science, which includes where you sabotage yourself. Where do the shadows show up? What this inner self-sabotage, where is it? Somebody's discovering their personal power and their personal spiritual science by way of discovering and looking into your shadow aspects. And this is where the shadow integration comes in. Yep, Temperance. Providing you an inner healing, new balance, new harmony, alchemy. You are allowing the waters of your emotions to alchemize Remember we talked about that sediment that sits at the bottom of the heart that goes undiscovered, right? That calcification. You're alchemizing the hard places, the stony places. You're allowing your emotions to process through it. And it's like an alchemical process that somebody is in right now. Trash box, discarding, literally discarding the elements that are no longer necessary, that no longer serve you, maybe never did, you know? Which is literally an alchemical process, right? Turning the base thing into something valuable. Divine guidance. Four of Wands. Stability, inner stability, inner stability, inner light, inner divinity. And you're letting that guide you. I love it. I love it. Anything else, Spirit? Purpose. I'm seeing purpose. Transformation. The purpose of this process is to bring you into this transformation. And here again, we have the energy of sacred harmony between the masculine, the feminine, the light, and the shadow. Integration. This is the purpose for it. Like, your purpose is right now is to allow yourself to go through this transformational period. Synchronicity, surprise. Life's coincidences are often the universe's way of guiding you. Have you noticed unexpected synchronicities? You could be seeing a lot of different things, a lot of different angel numbers, maybe, reoccurring animals coming around. I mean, I see cats all the time. I done went from one side of the world to the other side of the country, and, well, not the world, but the country. And it's like, it's cats always popping up, but they always pop up when I need them to pop up, because, that is a sign for me. You could be seeing crows, hawks, you know what I'm saying? You could be seeing did I say angel numbers? I think I said angel numbers. You could be seeing certain angel numbers, okay? Repetitive signs to let you know, to signal to you that you are on the right path. These signs may be helping you find the path forward. I like it. Reconciliation. Union, universe. The connection to the universe is stronger than you think. Have you felt disconnected lately? Reconnect with your inner spirit and the world around you. There's also signs that you're going to receive when you are venturing into, when you're venturing into within uncharted territory. And there is the risk of imbalance and inharmony. So you may see signs to nudge you back, right? To not get distracted and not to get off course. Okay? Reconciliation. Right. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. So these synchronicities, pay very close attention to them. Whether you're hearing repeat words, or songs, even. I mean, the universe has so many ways, okay? I can sit here and try to list them, but I personally know that the universe, your spirit team, has so many ways to send you signs. It's just all about whether you have the time to pay attention, whether you're willing to pay attention. And I feel like who I'm speaking to in the collective, you both have the time, because you have eliminated this here group of whoever. Okay, you've eliminated the outside activity that was at one time pacifying the trauma, which is giving you more time, and you are really honing in on using your inner courage to pay attention. To pay attention. There are going to be times where you're going to dredge up certain memories and certain things. You're going to have to face it again, and you're going to be feeling the emotions of that. Okay? But Spirit is wanting you to continue to press through. This is another reason why the synchronicities are showing up for you. Again, to keep you on course. To keep you on course. Because sometimes we don't want to see it. And we don't want to feel it again. And we don't want to face it again. And we may allow a distraction, or the shadow may feel dense, right? The shadows can feel dense. It can show up as fatigue. It can show up as procrastination. It can show up as a lack of interest in the whole process altogether. I just don't want to deal with this right now. This is just what it is, right? But the synchronicities that your spirit team is sending you, where's that card? Where's the one? This one right here. In your private time, right? Your masculine, your feminine aspect are so locked in. And your spirit team is wanting you to stay locked in. I know it's dark, but in that darkness, there is a beam of light. If you turn your eye away from it because you don't want to be in the darkness, then you will not have the opportunity to see the beam of light. Okay? So the synchronicities for someone is definitely showing up to keep you on course. To keep you on course, because you're headed the right way. You're headed the right way. Tell us more, Spirit. The beauty way, compassionate self-awareness. Yeah. Yeah. So you could be having a lot of dreams. You could be lucid dreaming. You could be seeing certain things when you meditate. Somebody could also be going through a Kundalini awakening. Legacy, disruptor, truth, right relationship, legacy. You're finding the beauty in, you could be also doing a lot of past life work here. Okay. Clearing energy generationally. Things that have been passed down to you. You could also be discovering that part of your incarnation in this lifetime is to help move your bloodline, to start even a new legacy by becoming aware of the beauty within you. This is definitely feminine energy, okay? The truth. Someone realizes that to build and become self-aware or aware of the soul within, the feminine energy within, is the right relationship. It's the relationship that they need to be focusing on at this time, which is why this little clique of people over here, whoever they are, may be confused, but you're really relating to the soul right now. You're strengthening the relationship between the soul and the spirit. What is that? High Priestess. Soul calling, calibration, collective rising. I love it. I love it. Yep. And then we have Age of Sophia, softening, devotion, way showing. There's also here, Spirit is telling me to talk more about the purpose. The purpose for it all is, yes, for you within, okay, because, I mean, that's the most important thing, but this is also connected to your purpose in the earth. You're showing up as a high priestess here, okay? In an age of the awakening of the inner soul, the feminine soul, you are a high priestess. High priest, male, female, take a high red name. So because you are a high priestess, it's imperative that you devote yourself to your priestesshood, to your priesthood. And that starts within you. You know what I mean? That starts within. Because the realm of the high priestess, the realm of the high priest is within. Okay? You devoting yourself to this legacy. Okay? Now, because you could definitely have some strong spiritual ancestors. You could have definitely served as a shaman, a high priest in another lifetime, a healer in another lifetime that you are now reclaiming and tapping back into. Magdalene, of the rose, influence, sufficiency, unapologetic. hmm Something is definitely blossoming within you. There's this unapologetic uh you stepping into being unapologetically you is allowing you to blossom. Okay, it's allowing you to blossom. Anything else, spirit? I see hope, recognition, and balance. Hope, recognition, and balance. Hope is like the light in the darkness. Have you been feeling discouraged? Remember that difficult times are temporary. Hold on to hope, and it will lead you toward brighter days. I think we talked about brighter days. Somebody is definitely in this energy of brighter days. Okay, brighter days. Recognition. You deserve to acknowledge your accomplishments. Have you been neglecting to celebrate your efforts? Take time to recognize your progress. No matter how small, it will fuel your growth. So, Spirit is wanting someone to not just go through the motions of it, but to actually take time to know that you are doing something very um, courageous, courageous, and you are gaining the victory over this. Okay, so celebrate yourself along the way. Celebrate yourself along the way. It's going to help you stay balanced. Do something for yourself, right? Like, yes, you are in this possible solitude, solitary energy, really locking in, but do some things for yourself every now and then. Pay close attention to the accomplishments, to the things that you're accomplishing, and celebrate it so that you can stay balanced even in the midst of the transformation period. Yeah, it'll help you maintain a healthy equilibrium, okay? I'm gonna get you some divine flow here. Spirit, tell us more. Give us some affirmation for the collective who resonates with this message. Sacrifice. Sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. Awesome. Somebody's definitely letting go some vices. Letting go vices, okay? Awakening. Oh, my Lord, wake me from life as a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instincts and common sense. So you could be looking at certain beliefs that you've held on to, social beliefs, high refined energy, legalistic ideas of who you are and what you can accomplish, what you can do, what you have right to do. Uprooting. I'm hearing the word uprooting. Some sort of falsities, misleadings, areas where you've been misguided. You're uprooting that energy. I love that. Karma. There's nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current life. It's clearing karma. It's clearing your karma for you, okay? It's changing. It's turning the wheel. Outrageous openness. Dear love, open me to your will. Release me from. It's changing. It's turning the wheel Now, when I said that, I was thinking about the will, Wheel. But then when I read that, it applies to the will. It's turning you, you're using your will to turn the will in your favor. Okay? I like that. Release me from my attachment, surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed, and I'm open to receive. Right. So you're using your will to turn the wheel of fate, of destiny, of purpose, of fortune. Ooh, clock that T, honey. Expansiveness. Yes. Eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constrained, and exhausted ego. And here we go. Here's that lion. Yeah. Here's the lion. So what is that back there? A sheep? A deer? I'm going to say it's a deer. Bambi. It's Bambi. Somebody has a beautiful a beautiful balance. Like you're very gentle. And I feel like that's your your inner aspect, right? That's connected to the inner child there. That Bambi right there. But then there's this lion aspect of you as well. Definitely could be a Leo. Okay? Somewhere in your chart. Don't have to be though. It's that you could be in this fierce, courageous energy. I mean, lions normally eat deers and stuff, gazelles and whatnot. Like by all intents and purposes, this lion should be like at the neck of this, whatever this is here. Okay? But it's not. Because you have them both tamed. You're gentle, you're soft, beautiful, right? But at the same time, you're a badass. You're taming them both. Inner power. Give me the courage and the power to do what must be done to get the two aspects of you surrendered to you and you to it. Beautiful energy, beautiful read. Thank you so much for tapping in with me again, Starseed family, Soul Tribe. Appreciate you always for coming in and rocking with me and seeing what Spirit has to say, okay? Let me know in the comments how this resonated, how it reverberated for you, you know what I mean? To all of my new viewers, welcome in officially. Hey, how you doing? Is you good? I'm glad you're here. I hope you'll stay, subscribe, turn your notification bell so you know when I'm back with another message, and come back and see you, girl. All right. If anybody is in need of a personal reading, the link is in the description. It'll take you to my website where you can book. Please be sure to read everything that is there so you will understand the full process of how you will get your reading back in a timely fashion, and everything will go smoothly. Okay. Like, share, hype it up if you have one to spare. I love you guys always, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.